Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Guns and Guitars, and today I'm going to teach you how to do something that I wish I learned how to do a long time ago, and that's how to remove the forend of a Henry lever action rifle. Now this works specifically for the 410 lever action shotguns as well as the 4570 lever guns, and honestly will probably apply to any Henry lever gun that has a forend that looks similar to this. As a bonus, I'm also going to show you guys how to install a Midwest Industries M-lok Handguard onto this as well. Now as of the time of this video, nobody makes an M-lok forend for the Henry axe, but I found out a sweet little compatibility hack that I'm going to let you guys in on a little bit later. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars. Let's get started. Now full disclosure, I am not a licensed gunsmith. I don't have any gunsmithing tools, which would probably be very helpful with this task. So I'm just going to show you guys the homebrew DIY method using tools that you already have. There's probably better tools for the job, and if you know of them, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I'm going to show you how I figured out how to do this. And another quick disclaimer, remember, we are working on a potentially very dangerous tool here. And so if you don't feel confident enough to do these steps yourself, please take it to a licensed gunsmith and have them do it for you. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. First thing, of course, we're going to make sure that our gun is empty, pointed in a safe direction, unload. Cool. Now, the next step is going to be to remove the magazine tube and follower. We'll set that aside for now. And then, after I do the next step, I always check step number 1 again. We are still safe, unloaded, safe direction. We're good. So now we're going to go ahead and remove this screw right here on the forend retainer, is what I call it. It's also the sling stud mount. There's another screw on the other side here. Just a small flathead screwdriver. We'll take care of that. And then this slides forward, just like that. Now here's where you run into the issue, is that this piece right here is dovetailed into the barrel and has a concave in it where the magazine tube rests. And the handguard will not move past that, and you can't, because of the concave where the magazine tube sits in, you can't just punch that out of the dovetail. So you actually need to move the magazine tube out of the way, which adds a very difficult step. What we're going to need to do is punch off this dovetail magazine retainer. And to do that, we are going to set this on a block of wood, just the tip of the barrel, right there. And here's the step that I wish that I had known from the beginning is, 1, you need to punch this thing from left to right, or think of it from driver's side to passenger side, okay? We're gonna be knocking it out the ejection side. And another quick tip to make this job a heck of a lot easier is we're gonna add some firearm lubricant into this dovetail joint right here. Okay, on both sides, we're just gonna glob it on and let it soak for about a minute, I'd say, to really penetrate in all the joints, because this dovetail right here is very tight and it will take some serious force to knock it loose. All right, I zoomed in a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. Okay, I lubricated this dovetail joint really good right in here. I let it soak for about a minute. And this is where it would probably be helpful to have some real gunsmithing tools. I just have a standard 3/32 punch here. And you can see that I did mar the surface a little bit. I don't really care about having scratches on my firearms because I view them as tools. They're not show pieces. I don't care about scratching up my hammer or my punch, so I don't really care about scratching up my rifle. But if you do care, get yourself the right tools. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put our punch right on this, the magazine retainer in the dovetail joint. We're gonna put the pressure right there because we want all the force going right on that. And we're gonna give it a really good blow. And this is really hard to do the first time you do it. You just have to get over the fact that you're gonna have to hit your gun really hard. But I assure you, before I do this, and you think that I'm a total hack, I did contact Henry, and this is in fact how you do this. You just hit it really hard, I promise. There we go. Now, the lubricant made that very easy. The reason why mine is so scratched up is because I tried it many times without lubricant, and so I scratched it up a lot. But it's my gun, I don't care. Now this is the cool little compatibility hack that I found. If you look on the top of your magazine retainer, you see the numbers 4570. Okay, that tells me that this is the same part that the Henry 4570 rifles use. which led me to believe that it's about the same size barrel, about the same size magazine tube. I would guess that all of these parts are interchangeable with a standard 4570, which is how I knew that a Midwest Industries Henry 4570 M-lok handguard would likely fit. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you how the rest of this comes apart. So this slides off here. All right, now that gives us enough wiggle room that we can knock this little piece out, because you have to pull this magazine tube forward out of that little concave, and then you can just tap that sucker out. And give it a little convincing with the punch. Oh, actually, don't even need it. Okay, pushed right out. Okay, and then this slides off. Okay, and there you go. That is how you remove the forend. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to install this Midwest Industries handguard. And like I said, this is for the Henry 4570. They don't make one specifically for the axe. And when I reached out to Midwest Industries to see if anybody had tried installing this on here, they said no. When I was looking at it on the website initially, it seemed like these holes would line up perfectly with this dovetail joint, which is what led me to believe that this would work. So I'm very happy that this fits without modification entirely. To piece this thing back together, we're gonna need to put this thing back in the dovetail joint here. And before we do this, we're gonna add a little bit of thread locker. This is the Vibramate that came in the package with the Midwest Industries handguard. And so I'm gonna go ahead and use that so I don't waste my other blue thread locker. But last time I did this, I used blue thread locker and it was rock solid. So the first time I did this, I skipped the thread locker step on this dovetail and soon realized that this thing was real loosey-goosey on there. It was not gonna work. It definitely wouldn't work for a laser sight. You might get away with a flashlight or just a hand stop or something. But to lock it up, we really need to use some thread locker or some Vibramate. And you might think that it's not the best tool for this job, but trust me, it will be rock solid and it'll be reversible. Because if you use, JB Weld or epoxy or something, it's never coming off ever again. And you want it to come off in case you want to put this handguard back on. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this guy open. We'll go ahead and flip this over, okay? Because assembly is reverse of disassembly, and so everything needs to go in the ejection side or go in the passenger side, right? So this goes right in here. And you should be able to just press it right in there into the middle. Now we're gonna reinstall this. And just remember the direction. So the side that has the little notch, that's gonna be facing up on our passenger side. So we'll pull this out slightly, pop that on the edge there, and then this thing actually has to move with us. So hold it right there, and I hold it like this and squeeze it in so that this properly aligns, and then tap the sucker right back on. We'll take our punch, keep sliding it in. All right, and that appears to be perfectly centering my magazine tube, so that's good. So now I'm just gonna wanna make double sure that this thing is perfectly centered. All right, that looks pretty good. And we definitely wanna set aside this and the screws along with this if we ever want to install it ever again. This is the Henry screw. This is the Midwest Industries screw, which has an Allen key instead of a flathead. And you'll notice it has slightly longer threads, and that's so that it can grip onto this easier because it has to go through a larger mounting block. So keep these safe where you can find them again if you ever want them. So to install the Midwest Industries handguard, we need this little brass set screw, as well as the two included screws. It also came with a sling stud, which I opted not to use. I don't think I'll ever be slinging this bad boy. I'm gonna zoom back out. I'm gonna slip this bad boy on right here. And you can see these little nodules right here just slip right into the inside of the receiver. Again, confirming to me that this is a 4570 receiver. They just repurposed it for 410. That pops in just like that. We'll do a drop of Vibramate on these screws as well. And then you'll use their included Allen key. Put this over. And I'm just doing these kind of the equivalent of finger tight for now. I want to make sure that this M-lok sits perfectly centered right here. So we're going to leave this to dry for a few minutes just to make sure that that inner dovetail joint sets up properly so that we have a nice strong joint right there and no wiggle room on this handguard. All right, now that that's had a chance to dry, we are going to install that set screw right in here. Put a dab of Vibramate on there. Again, they're nice enough to include Allen keys for this process. And for this one, you're not supposed to crank down. You are supposed to just tighten it so it's snug. And we're gonna let the Vibramate do the job of holding that in there. But now that that's snug and this has solidified, we are gonna crank these down. And I believe there's some torque specs, but again, we don't have to go crazy on it. Just gonna go a little bit past snug. And there we go. Good to go. And I'm telling you, if you take the step to do the Loctite or the Vibramate in that dovetail joint, this thing is rock solid. Definitely will hold zero just fine. The first time I took it apart after doing that, I had to use some serious force to get that dovetail back out of the joint. Stupid me, I already wrapped up this video and I forgot to put the dang magazine tube back in. That was smart. There. Now we're done. Now, if you didn't catch it yet, last week I did do a full review and demo of the Henry 410 axe, and there is a lot to love about this little firearm. So definitely check that out right over there. And if you like these at-home DIY homebrew firearm modifications, definitely hit that subscribe button, because that's what this channel is all about. Doing things yourself so you can save money, so you can spend your money on fun things like ammo and range time. All right, I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and I will see you in that next video.